Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Men's Provincial Curling Championships. My name is Selena Thompson, and I'm joined today by Matt McLean. We'll check, Matt, are you there? We'll just get Matt's mic set up, and you're watching Team Gray, Team Atherton. These are the top two seeded teams for the round robin. Team Atherton at a 3-0 record so far. Team Gray at a 2-1 record. They dropped their second game to Lockhart. And this tournament's brought to you live from the Mayflower Curling Club and presented by Wendy's. We'll be sending two teams to the national championship, the New Holland Under 20 Canadian Curling Championships in Sudbury, from March 28th to April 4th. And the top three teams after the 5-game round robin, so this is game 4, one more to come this afternoon. The top three teams, top two will go to a qualifier game, and the loser of that will play the winner of a semifinal in the second qualifier game. And so for now, we'll introduce the teams to you. Team Atherton, they're curling out of the Halifax Curling Club, and they're coached by Kevin Patterson. We have lead Jed Freeman, and they're wearing the orange jerseys. Second, Tyler McMullen. Third, Alan Fawcett. And the skip is Zach Atherton. And for Team Gray, they're curling out of the Mayflower Curling Club and coached by Pam Sullivan and James Gratton. Their lead is Chris McCurdy. Second, Drew Gratton. Third, Owen Fisher. And the skip is Nathan Gray. I mentioned the other day, if you were caught the Gray game, 3 out of 4 players on Team Gray are actually headed to the World Juniors this year, the World Championships. They won the World U21s are in Tarnby, Denmark. They won last year, so there's a year delay to go under Team Kaylin McIsaac out of Nova Scotia. They'll be joining Team Mila Plett out of Alberta at the U20s in late February, February 24th to March 3rd. Malin aged out, but Nathan, Owen, and Chris still eligible for the U20s here in Nova Scotia. So Team Atherton, you see there, they're throwing the Yellowstones. And already we've got a lot going on. As Tyler McMullen throws here, second stone. And a good result there just to get that popped a little bit under the corner. It's available for Drew Gratton to hit. Atherton with last rock, they'll be wanting to get their stones under that corner guard if they can, try and make use of it. It's a pretty good result from Drew there. Pops the other stone out into the open, still trying to use that corner guard. Be good if they could over curl this and get a little bit of. Oh, they're playing the hit. I was thinking they were looking at the draw. And rolled, but rolled too far. Lost one of the red stones though, and you see obviously corner guard's still in play. Nathan can't really. You could peel the guard, of course, probably conceding a 2, so can't really ignore the open stone. This would be a first time for this path in this game. We did one game with Team Gray yesterday, and I saw that the on sheet 6, the 12-foot, anywhere really where you threw the up weight was running quite straight. The 12-foot, of course, is notorious for that in curling. We're trying to have this curl for Owen Fisher just to stick around, and he does. Team Atherton, they still have that guard. But their main concern right now is the rock on the 4-foot. Like to get this to the nose. Not really in a good position if they ever rolled behind the guard right now. Team Gray would likely be able to freeze to it and take the end away. And so we're seeing Nathan ask Owen to make the same hit. Now this team will be happy to draw the play over to the corner. They don't want it to do that if the rocks get too far up in the house. So you see Zach now calling that. First ends are tough to make those hit and rolls perfectly. Both teams learning the ice. They do have a practice uh, before the game or a last stone draw for hammer. And Alan Fawcett gets a bit of a roll, not all the way over. We're on to Skip Stones already here in the first. Making good time. And this is Nathan Gray, skip of Team Gray. Sweeping to curl just to try and pull that stone over and do and get as much separation as possible and not let Zach use that guard. Now that the rock is high in the rings, you can see it's top 4 foot with 2 stones to come. And Zach knows he's probably getting forced here if he doesn't make a good roll. They're talking about aiming for the roll, and I think I just heard Matt.
Hello, Selena. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Matt,
Technology is a wonderful thing when it works.
it's wonderful. Maybe the
Sorry
viewers
to
don't know
come on a little late here. So
that's okay. The viewers may not know we're able to do this virtual stream, so we have the same feed and overlaying our audio. So Matt and I haven't met each other before, but we'll have lots to talk about because I'll have questions for you.
absolutely, it truly is quite amazing, Selena, to have this facility here. I do myself curl out of the Mayflower, and to have the ability to do these tournaments and have these streams up, and hopefully even a few people listening to us is a pretty amazing thing. So.
It's very cool. As we just saw, we're on skip stones. Each skip has thrown one shot here in the first, and Zach Atherton just made almost the perfect hit and roll. You see there, Nathan does have a short run back. Um, Zach Atherton throwing the yellow stones has hammer this morning in the first end. You mentioned the streaming capability for Mayflower. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can watch me fumble in Monday Night Curling or watch other events, of course. This one's close from
Very
Nathan.
close.
And they really wanted
That's
to
at back.
actually stick that raised rock if they could, but happy to remove the yellow stone, and we may be on our way to a blank here.
Yeah, first end blank. Could be a tight game for all we know, but yeah, it was close.
So this is Zach Atherton here, last rock in the first end. First of 8. Didn't go over that yet. We're 8 ends of play. They're looking to keep hammer going into 2. In this spot, the teams have seen it a couple times now, so no mistake there. Makes the hit and roll out, and
You take
we'll
out,
go
hold the
scoreless.
hammer.
Hold the hammer. Matt, what do you curl in an evening league? What position do you play? What's your curling
Yeah, I
background?
curl a couple of nights, just the recreational leagues at this point in time. So I skip a team on Sunday nights myself, and my mate on Wednesday nights. Just a couple, as I say, the recreational leagues. I have some great teammates that I play with. 2 different teams on each of those nights. So it's a lot of fun. Yourself, Selena? You're
Yeah, I curl. I used to curl 2 nights at Mayflower on Thursdays and Mondays. And I'm a 2 club person now, just with 2 different teams, just like you. And so Mayflower is a Monday night team, and I curl at Halifax Curling Club as well. So we've got Team Gray out of Mayflower and Team Atherton out of Halifax. So I'm I don't have a horse in this race as a result, I guess.
fantastic. Yeah, I do know, having been there, you and I are actually both sponsors. We both have our signs and pictures up on the walls at the club.
Oh
So
my gosh, I don't know
for
which
me, I
one's yours.
consider it their security feature. It's going to keep everyone at bay. So
Gotcha. That's fantastic. Yeah, when we see the logos in the ice, as well with our sponsors, we have to I have
Great
to say
team
thank you.
working out of the Mayflower there, and yeah, I definitely have enjoyed working a little bit more with them here. So we've got looks like Christopher McCurdy with the first lead rock there. Boys trying to bring it over closer to center. Oh no, bring it right in top 12.
Yeah, I think
Get
they
that
wanted
little
that one
biter.
in. When it's not quite the perfect first stone, I not surprised that Zach's calling the corner guard here. Wants to get something going, and it's if you choose to hit that rock, I guess you wouldn't be in the rings, but it would be a center guard, and the other team would use it. So we'll just see this corner guard, same kind of setup as we had in the first end.
I always found those little hangers were the most dangerous rocks, though, when it comes down to the
Yep,
end. But at the top, it shouldn't be too too much trouble.
that's the force stone, right? The one that if Atherton comes down to it, they might have to contend with two red rocks in the rings
That's right.
and get forced. And if you have hammer, boy, I love those biters.
They can work to your advantage as well as against, for sure. So,
I'll mention quickly there's I said earlier there's 6 teams in the men's round robin, and we're obviously featuring the Grey Atherton game. We also have Lockhart and Lay playing on sheet 5, Davies and Strang on sheet 8. I'll try and give you some updates on the scores as we go. Lockhart and Lay, they also blanked the first. And if you're watching for the U20 women's as well, there was a big game yesterday afternoon. It was the first qualifier. So they're the women 9 team event. They play a triple knockout, and it was the 2 undefeated teams. Rebecca Regan and Cassidy Blades faced off. Cassidy Blades taking the first qualifier, so they'll play in the first qualifying game tomorrow morning. And if they lose that, they'll play in the second qualifier as well. And Team Regan, they'll be looking to also play in another qualifier to make that first qualifying game tomorrow and maybe have a rematch. And over in the women's right now, the only game on the ice is Regan versus Sophie Blades. And I think that's for that second qualifier spot. It is. Team Sophie Blades taking down Team Pembleton yesterday afternoon. So it could be, if Regan takes it, it could be a rematch of the first qualifier tomorrow morning. And if Team Sophie Blades takes it, it's a battle of the sisters. Sophie and Cassidy
that might be
both
the
6.
uncomfortable drive home. Beautiful draw in behind there. Team Atherton had that opportunity for the double, just missed it by a hair, and you see Team Gray certainly sticking one right in behind there. Nice shot.
Not much of a choice here. Zach can't really ignore it.
No, he's got to move quickly on this for sure. So I had the opportunity to go in and catch those the games there yesterday, and yeah, certainly the quality of curling from these young kids is pretty amazing. But I think what got me more was as they were coming off the ice, I had a chance to say hi to a few of them. Boy, they're very nice professional kids, which is really nice to see. And they're hardly kids anymore.
U20. They're up to 19, although not everyone out on the ice is that age. We got a lot of talented curlers here in Nova Scotia, and of course with the Scotties on right now, 2 teams representing Nova Scotia, which is fantastic. And one of them, Team Stevens, with 4 players who have won 1 or 2 junior national championships, or sorry, U20. We've
Yeah,
changed from juniors to U20.
it's really great to see the. Is that going to hang on? Yep, hangs another one right out there on the outer ring. So yeah, the as I say, there's so much great opportunity here in Nova Scotia for curling right now, and it's just great to see the youth interest that is there. There's so many great youth programs. Any families out there looking to get their kids involved, you can't really go wrong in something like this. So
So Zach, without being able to remove both reds in one shot, just gonna go all in and draw here.
got some decent backing, obviously just behind the tee line there. So if he can drop one down in front of it.
This is Tyler McMullen.
Boys are working, trying to drag it as far as it will go. Will it get there?
Love to get shot rock out of it, and it just comes up short. Nathan can't
Just
really.
with maybe a third of the rock showing. So
Important that it's partly tucked, or at least most of the way tucked, because Nathan can't really ignore it. The back red is available for Atherton to get to later in the end. So try and get this. I suspect they'll be throwing enough weight that if they tick the front, it doesn't bump it up to shot.
yeah, enough to move it back, but you've got to get it past that back one. So definitely you've got to think that's at least the board weight there, although it does seem to be short. Oh, do we have a burned rock there?
That's what it looks like. They were sweeping it, and when you see the boot. So this will be a big change of events here in the second end, with the opportunity to lay another one in there. Hard for Team Atherton to go to the other side of the sheet. They kind of have to play to this 4-foot area at this point.
Yeah, certainly they still need to get in there themselves, but it is a dramatic change of fortune, as you say. So this has a ways to go, but it's moving over.
You have to be so patient with, especially if the sweepers think this is a little bit heavy, and it
Well,
turns
that
out it was perfect weight.
absolutely beautiful, but again, just enough room that they can come down back on top of that one. Or looks like they're gonna try to take that one at the top of the 4-foot out. One more time.
Yeah, this is tighter ice, so I imagine a little more weight. Sweep into curl here. That's Chris.
Look at the beauty. Hangs around top of the 4.
Really nice shot there
Beauty.
from Owen Fisher. There's a lot of talent on the sheet right now. I mentioned earlier, Team Gray with 3 of 4 players winning the U20 Canadians in 2025, headed to Worlds soon. And Team Atherton, they've been playing a lot this year. They actually competed in the Tankard just a couple weeks ago here in Nova Scotia, and I'm sure that prepared them very well for this tournament. Some tough games out there in the Tankard they had this year. Trying to get a roll here,
Oh,
and they sit two.
beautiful
Oops.
undercover.
Very close to sitting two, and a little bit of danger time as we get to skip rocks here for Team Gray.
Would appear he's heading for a similar shot that I would say Fisher just threw. Try to get that top one out of there, perhaps.
I think it's the same call. And
Yeah.
that was just maybe a board weight that Owen threw. So we'll see if Nathan can replicate that shot. Important to listen to the sweepers. If they think it's the same weight, it should take the same kind of path. Owen's now sweeping it to curl. This one's holding a bit straighter.
It does catch a line, but he has worked it back over.
It's really
Carbon
important that the
copy.
shooter outcounts that yellow and they actually get it all the way out. Just fortunate. But the shooter didn't quite stick around in the 4-foot. Zach can throw the draw to the top 4 to sit 2 here, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
It's going to be very tough to get him out if he gets anywhere close to the tee line there. And I do have to say, I love the orange jackets. Sharp looking team on the ice.
They go well with yellow
Sweet.
rocks too. It's easy to remember.
That's true. Sweepers. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, trying to move that over a little bit. Again, seems to be holding that line. Not a lot of movement down that side of the ice.
And as the person in the
Yep.
house, when the sweepers, when you see the line doing that, you think, oh, it's probably heavy. And it was.
That was a little heavy. So
Nathan didn't expect to be
obviously,
throwing this draw, but he has the chance here. Just a little tick on the yellow stone actually kind of makes it a bit easier for this freeze.
yeah,
If it's a piece tucked under the guard, just with that yellow moved over, it's harder for Zach to bump it out because there might be a better angle on the red
absolutely.
yellow.
Create the force here. So get out of this with only amazing we've seen it change a couple of times from the burned rock to just one slightly heavy rock that held line. That's how quickly things can change in an end. Again, seems to be on that same path. Boy, the guys are working hard to get this down there.
I think this one will curl. Will it get there is the question. And that one is going to come up light and a little back and
I'm up
forth here from the
light.
skips. Is there a double for 3? Yep. That rock had to be in the rings.
Yeah, that was light by a good 7 or 8 feet, it would look like. So yeah, definitely an opportunity here. Very makeable double. Perhaps not for me, but I'm sure these kids have done it more than once.
Yes, Zach can throw the weight. Um, this is the what we call the out turn or the counterclockwise turn with negative ice. He's really got the broom about where it has to be hit, and they're sweeping for curl.
That
Gonna be close.
is close.
Doesn't make the double, but good enough for a deuce. And so in their first score of the game here in the second end, Team Atherton, they'll score 2 with hammer and take a 2-0 lead going into the third against Team Gray.
It's a great shot there. Yeah, the double for 3 was probably there, but a smart call to just make sure you get the 2. So great shot.
You see some fans there. I mentioned we're hosted at the Mayflower Curling Club. Matt, you and I both curl out of Mayflower, and it's our first year in operation. Brand new facility opened in September and opened with a junior bonspiel before any of us club curlers got out onto the ice. We have 8 sheets, and it makes it a lot easier to host an event like this. You can have all 8 sheets going at the same time, and we've got the women's on 1 to 4 and the men's on 6 to 8, and, you see people get some stadium seating there, watching, in the background, and there's an upper level. It's been a nice year for the facility, and, the ice has been fast. That's been a nice change.
The ice has been, pretty fast for sure, and yeah, it's been great, and we should thank probably throw out a couple of times our presenting sponsor Wendy's, who is the provincial organization or supporting the Nova Scotia curling and this event at the Mayflower Curling Club. So, and once we get through this event, the teams are going to qualify for the 2026 National Championship, March 28th to April 4th in Sudbury, Ontario. So, be a fantastic setup for that event.
The U20s is always a good time. I've been there 3 times in my life, not as a player, but as a family member, and, it's super fun for friends and family to go to the national championships. It's nice too, that we do put 2 teams forward, for that championship, as well as the U18s. We've got a couple teams playing in this event on the that have made it to the U18s as well. And like we were talking about, lots of talent, not just in the U20s, but in the U18s with our development of junior curling.
Yeah, a lot of the clubs they have such strong junior programs, as I say. So it's great to see. Uh,
So what do we have for
the
setup here now with Team Gray with Hammer, corner guard, a little high.
they're little high, little out. It would seem so, giving giving Jed Freeman the chance, I would say, to drop his own guard right out in front there if they can bring this over. Boys are working hard again. Yeah, oh, it's starting to come over now, but
And just gets in
beauty.
front, still on the center line too.
Sitting on that line, yes, terrific shot.
Have you had any pick violations so far this year?
We tend to be a little more lax in the recreational leagues, shall we say. Certainly, I compare it to my golf game. I try to always do things right, but it depends on the day, perhaps. We have a couple great beginner curlers in their first and second years on one of my teams, so we try to just make sure everybody has fun before anything else. So
Absolutely. It's always funny. I guess we should agree before the game. We do have the rules, but I don't care about it in my league either. And I really should agree before the game that we don't care about the tick rule. But at this level, it's super important because they're so good at placing guards and so good at shots. There's a reason that rule is in play for the competitive side of things.
if yeah, when you get to that level, 100%. But yeah, with the when you're trying to encourage newer people to come in and join the game, yeah, it can be a little intimidating with all the different rules. Just go out and have some fun. That's really what all of it is about. Beautiful draw in there by Team Gray.
Would have been this is
That's
second.
still lead rock, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
second for
McCurdy.
McCurdy.
Yeah, Chris McCurdy, he holds the broom as well for Nathan when Nathan throws.
Oh,
Owen the
fantastic.
third sweeps Nathan's rocks.
So
Likewise
two.
on Team McIsaac, Nathan's the third on Team McIsaac going to Worlds, and Chris is on that team. Chris holds the broom and Nathan sweeps.
Oh, I've seen Nathan involved in some of the junior curling teaching as well. Taught my
Yes.
daughter a couple of times.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, again, one of those young kids that impressed me so much at this club.
Is that in, Zach?
I think they might have
It
rolled
is,
that
but we're in. Yeah.
red in. Zach
Yeah,
maybe
Ben.
thinking
That is,
otherwise.
Freezing.
yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
that, yeah, even when you're looking straight down on it, you'd have to measure it if it actually comes into play. Boy, that's close.
I'm going to do a full screen on my computer and see if I can see. No. Nope. Gosh, that's hard to tell. I would put if that's anywhere close and it comes into play, I'm putting a stick on it though.
Yes, for sure.
What age is your daughter? You mentioned Nathan taught her to curl or helped her to curl.
She's 15 now. She didn't really take to curling as I would have hoped.
Oh,
She and it the way it was turning out, beautiful little draw in here. She's involved in karate on the Saturday mornings that junior curling is, and it just became a choice between, and she chose karate. Probably
there you
so she
go.
can keep taking her old man. So
She says you've got the curling covered.
yeah, I think so.
Got to diversify. A nice result for the draw. Like you said, peeks out a little bit, and that guard's so high.
Get around it
Maybe.
easy, but it's enough to throw some shots off. Need this
That's
to cut
curling.
across a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
And there's that top.
Look at this though. They're gonna get lucky. Oh,
Sometimes luck is as good as a plan.
I had a game last night. I'm playing in a spiel in Windsor, and we were looking good for 4. No guards.
Yeah, I'm thinking like here.
Last rock sitting 4. The other team threw their last rock. They were trying to hit a rock in the rings and roll under another one.
I'm thinking here.
It was also in the rings, but over to the side, and the hit over curled and kicked and hit the top one out, and perfect angle to jam and take out another stone in the back of the house. So they made a double even though they weren't trying to. It was a great result.
Felt heavy. Look.
No,
Yeah.
it is. It can keep you humble at the best of times. I had a great game going the other night, and I had a simple takeout for the 3, and my sweeper just slipped on the way down, burnt my last rock.
Oh no.
Okay, curl. You gotta
So
curl.
as I say, it can keep you humble real quick, but laugh it off. It's the best thing that you can do. So you can put you just in front of the top 12 there.
That's like top 8.
Certainly makes coming around that long guard a lot more difficult.
Yeah, and it starts to negate those
I don't know why we did that.
the 12-foot red over on the right side.
Yeah.
Forces play into this spot. This is not a lot of ice, but I think Alan just kind of trying to split the reds and get that button Yellowstone open. And we're getting late in the end here. This is the I guess it's Alan's first. Sorry, I thought it was his second. Not quite late in the end. One more rock.
Could be a little tap up here. Might be the call. Try to get it a little further up into the.
Oh, maybe just a little too much weight there.
Put a fucking good one in there.
As the shooter rolls out, they were trying to stick that shooter. Trying to have second and third. They are second shot, but you see it's wide open on the left side of the screen.
Certainly wide open. Plenty of coverage there for the center. So yeah,
I don't
Because
think Zach
they
can
have
ignore it.
that,
He's
okay?
aware
Like, they put it
that
on top, they can make it
um,
triple. Okay.
Team Gray
How
will
much
have
do you have?
access with that
Take a
long
quarter?
guard access to the stone on the button
Blast from righty.
and asking how much can you see? And is he going to play aggressive?
Zach, can they come off that red one or no? This? Yeah.
Very hard stone to ignore.
Not really. Okay.
Very hard.
Maybe to sit
The
shot.
guy's kind of torn
What?
looking at
Maybe to
the
be
options
shot,
here.
but they're not moving.
There are options to Nathan
This
here,
guard.
no matter what the play
Got a lot of
is.
movement. I like the brim though. I don't know if I like this.
So yeah, trying to bring it down right.
You like a little more ice?
Oh, you mean hit the two, like,
Okay, same
the
weight,
second
little
yellow
less?
and the one on the button, and then roll
I'm
over.
gonna throw like 2 feet less.
Get it right into that top four and block Nathan right out of there.
Yeah, I love this
They're
call.
real tough.
This
Yeah.
is the aggressive nature,
What's up?
and you got to try and
Straight.
just go for it when you
Straight.
have the opportunity. And
Where?
I think that's what
Straight.
Zach's seen
Straight.
here. We can try
Straight.
and steal, or I mean, it's not even a force at this point. It's a steal situation.
This looks like it
Hey,
might be a
whoa.
guard, however,
Hey guys.
which certainly blocks his way
Nice.
down there. But that, yeah, it came over a little bit further than I think he might have liked.
Chris there indicating there's a slash on the red and the 12-foot. It's hard to now. 3 rocks to go for red to peel try too many peels here. But you still have to deal with a rock in the button. But how do you get to it?
They also just didn't
I think
clean
coming
it
off
yet.
your own, you don't even necessarily get shot. They're gonna try and deal with this one in order to later be able to play the slash. I think it's not so bad even if they hit the tight guard here.
Yeah, give themselves a path for sure. They're again the plan Bs, as it were, can work out just as well. So interested to see.
And this is not
Everything will work. Well,
a
it's
soft weight.
hard work now. It's not soft. No, it's gonna have that little out and then back in. Oh well.
Huh. Well, they didn't want to lose that rock on the A in Timberley, which is home to
We have to hit
Mayflower,
this.
by the way.
Do we? Yeah.
Shout out to our new location at 82 Market Way Lane.
I think we do.
The old club's gone.
I think it's good.
Did you curl at the old club?
Yeah, I guess so.
I did for
I like that.
1
I think
year.
we wanna be-
I live in the Timberley area, so as soon as they announced that the club was going
I
to
like
be
that.
built there, I made sure to join the Mayflower so I could get into the new club without
You are
any,
not the only one.
Yeah, like here.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
this whole area out
Let's go
here.
here.
If
Yeah,
anyone
halfway.
hasn't been out, is
You're basically
has
gonna
grown so
enter the
much. The
yellow,
Timberley
both of
area.
that.
And is just absolutely incredible to see. I've been out here now for 20 plus years myself with my family, and
I think it too.
to see the growth has been quite incredible. So, and yeah, again, just a wonderful facility here.
That guard being the board.
We even had
I mean, if you hit this,
there
it's
was an
probably always a
announcement
force at
of
least, but
some
yeah.
further infrastructure plans with the government that have been great help with the club as well recently. So
Yeah,
some
the
great
grant
initiatives.
to contribute to going to net zero. It'll take a
Yes.
few years, but it's a huge solar and heat recovery system that we're set up for, and just needed the money to put it in place.
Felt good. Hey, clean it. Felt good.
So
clean.
this could make
Straight,
things
fine.
very tough for Nathan.
Okay, straight. Whoa.
Well,
Freeze right
again,
here.
guys, working hard to get that
Straight.
drawn in there.
Straight. Hard. Oh.
No double on the yellows now. A double on those 2 yellows, but can they drag that and actually chip the yellow on the button?
That was good. Yeah.
Looking at the angles here, if you hit that on the center line side where Nathan's
That's-
broom is, can they drag that second one back onto the button?
They have a triple. But
I think it's there.
It's very, very close. It certainly looks that way. I think that's what they're seeing, obviously, as well. I think you've got to make a play for it no matter what. Obviously, holding the hammer, you can't afford to give up too much here. And hopefully, if nothing else, it opens it up to give you a shot to get in there.
Yeah, the 2 could be there. Just couldn't leave that frozen like that. I wasn't even seeing that until it came to rest. I thought it was going to be a little lighter. It could have just hit the open one, but obviously that would have left the double or a triple on the yellows. So it was the more aggressive call from Zach. So big weight here from Nathan.
Yeah.
Trying to get a few of these going. Trying to stick the
Right on it.
shooter, hit this on the inside.
Just on the inside,
And
it appears. Look at all
look at
3
that.
moving. What a fantastic shot. Him just coming down the ice, all cool as a cucumber, no problems. Gotta love it.
And now that rock, is that biting? That comes into play now, potentially.
Okay, I like 9.
It is
5.
amazing how it does that, right? So
That's like max size.
There's a
what
double here for
beautiful
Zach.
shot that was.
To sit 2, I think he's got to get to the inside of this red. No, well, maybe Nose will make it, and he can get there. To sit 2. He's just concerned if he rolls out, would there be a hit for 3? But just, stick your shooter. Maybe you're giving up 2 here. You would be likely if you miss the double, but it's important. Make contact and aim for the nose.
Yeah, primary shot first.
Oh, cool, Mile, hard. Cool, soft.
Noticed it might have been outside.
Hard.
Once it goes, it goes. Now they're holding it straight and makes contact, but not quite enough, and it will be out of nowhere.
Just down.
Draw for 2 to bring things even.
What was the time?
Thanks to that beautiful first shot of his, this is what brings this into
10-5.
into opportunity for that to bring the game even.
Got her. Fucking damn. Sorry.
Exciting third end. we had everything: a burnt rock, picks, wicks, a triple.
Just trying to think of. I've had a couple of doubles, but I don't think I've ever been successful on any triples in my limited recreational career.
I did. It was probably a mistake. Tripled my own.
Sorry, not counting my own rocks, I should say. This looks like it's going to settle right in there just beautifully. No mistakes there.
We are all tied up at 2. Team Atherton going into the 4th. They'll get the hammer back. This is one of the most thrilling ends in curling I've seen in a while.
This is fantastic for my first chance to do something like this and have a game that is quite riveting, is a lot of fun.
Well, we very much appreciate that you're able to join us on this. Maybe you have a new second career.
Oh my! My mother always said I had the face for radio growing up, so it was a wonderful thing. So
Kind of her.
Yeah, no, it's. I was happy to volunteer, and then speaking with a couple of the organizers yesterday, they mentioned this was. Well, as I was there, I was hearing some of the commentating, and I thought it was such a wonderful thing that we could add to the streams. And then all of a sudden it became, hey, do you want to do some commentating? And sure, so that would be great. So while we're in the break, we should, again say that we are coming to you from the Mayflower Curling Club. It's 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Women's and the Men's Provincial Championship. My name is Matt. I'm here with Selena, and we are watching Team ATHERTON against Team Gray, brought to you live from the Mayflower Curling Club.
Same thing, we're good, guys. Yeah.
And I think for Team Atherton at 3-0 with this game and one more to come, if they take this, they lock up first place in the round robin. Team Gray, they have one loss. They would be needing the win to even things up and have these two teams stick around with tied records for first. So the big importance of being 1 and 2 after the round robin is obviously getting the chance to play in 2 games to qualify for nationals.
Yes. Yeah.
They'll go as NS Team 1 and NS Team 2. And interestingly enough, Kaylin McIsaac and Nathan, Owen, and Chris, they were NS Team 2 last year. They had an unfortunate loss in the. I don't even think they were in the first qualifier. Actually, it was Nick Mosier. Nick Mosier lost both qualifiers. First to Team ATHERTON, second to Team McIsaac. But McIsaac went on to win the national championship. So there's a very good reason for sending 2 teams.
Yes, absolutely. So
I remember looking at those scores. Yeah.
Surprised that the short missed hog line draw there. So opportunity here for Nathan to get one, keep it in center. If they can bring this over, get this over to the center line.
Reminds me, the last end, Team Gray had a very high corner guard, and this time it was Team Atherton not even making it over the line there with Jed Freeman. I wonder if it's just a little slower going to the wings, and they're expecting it to be quicker because that's typical of curling ice.
Yes, yeah, and certainly you don't expect to see something not make that hog line, but we had that one, barely over on the last end. So that could certainly be the fresh ice of the morning. A lot colder outside today. We've got
chilly.
The colder temperatures coming in. It would seem so. Nestle this in right down there. Little tap.
Got it under.
Same one I won.
Well placed top 4-foot stone. It's good for Team Gray. It's going to be hard to get at. And they're happy to play around the center line and try and narrow that scoring area. Team Atherton would like to be playing to the wings here. They just they can't quite yet. They'll have to move a couple rocks around first.
Yeah.
Hurry!
Working hard to hold this line. If they can come across front of that. It looks like it's going to just tap off there. Does open up a bit of a window. I don't know how much of a opening through that port.
Zach calling a hit and roll. I wouldn't mind just rolling big here. He can roll way over to the side 12. Actually get it out of the way of the center line.
Yeah, tight a bit. Yeah.
They have hammer. You don't want to clog yourself up there. You also don't want to leave a double, but you could give yourself access to that top 4-foot stone.
Seems to be just barely coming across the face there. Again, you've got that biter. Biter at the top 12 could be something.
And this for Team Gray, they can't really ignore it. There's a nose to hit a couple for Atherton, but you also don't want to hit it on the nose here for the Red Rock from Drew Gratton, because you'll be making their shot for them. So these are always fun to call. You think, well, I don't want the other team to have this shot, but you also don't want to make it for them.
That's right. Yeah, you've got to have it come across the face there again. Make sure you take it out on that angle. So working hard to move it over.
Looks like it's good. And they want to roll a little bit, but not so far that the double's easy. The double would be very steep on the Reds right now. So Zach's gonna. His initial thought is to call the hit on the yellow roll the shooter. Now they're looking at a hit on this red. I think the tough thing is you call the double on the Reds, you're
I think
very
even if
close
you
to
just
doubling
nose
your
that,
own
that's
out.
okay,
So
though.
not a great result if that happens.
Then they do
Yeah,
this.
as I say, it's a pretty steep one. You'd have to catch it pretty thin.
It's up to you.
Too
I
much
like
risk there. But
I like the play to the center. He's hitting the outside one
No.
here. I don't know what this gets you. I think
That's way too hard.
you have a risk of rolling out, and they're going to play around the center.
It's pretty thin.
And if
Probably
you make
shouldn't
it,
go far. Yeah.
but you're not in front of your
I like
own,
this. If you
the
notice,
other
it's
team
okay.
can lock another one in there potentially. I think you got to make a play to the center here.
Hey, 11. Yep. 11.
could
Whoa.
be
11-5. Down. Down. Girl. Whoa. 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 Girl. Girl. Whoa. 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 Roll it. No roll.
Looks
no
good
roll.
to get a roll.
it's good for the roll.
Really
Yeah, bring it over, down, right on top.
And that's what they
Giving them
wanted. And
options, but
11-4. Yeah.
you see the
there
call
again, if
very
they can
quick.
get one in their top 12, near close to that center line, it's going to make things very difficult.
His kicks are good. Like,
They
wide
set up a
still.
little pocket here.
Down.
It's important for Owen. You don't want to drop this light and leave an angle on either yellow. Obviously, the one on the broom side is a little easier to run back onto the red. But if you can ever put one right in the middle there and take that away, red's going to be well protected. I also don't want to stay on the high side or the broom side of the yellow because,
No,
well,
no.
it's an angle.
Bring this over, yeah.
Sweep into curl. Looks good.
Needs to
the
finish,
weight?
but that looks really good.
They got that curling a little more than they might have even wanted. Good result, though. There's an angle on the yellow,
Yeah.
but the shooter would roll away.
Yeah, I like that.
And the raised rock might make contact with the other yellow first.
Hack. I don't think it gets out. Okay, more
Yeah,
think
you
you
only
play
get
this
at
with
best
soft weight.
half the rock shown.
Half rock? Yeah.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
see maybe a back 12. Oh, maybe they're up in the weight. They were talking about back 12. No,
No.
this is a down weight. Trying to stick the shooter.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa, cool. Cool.
Great thing about knowing the weight. So many, see so many, certainly the recreational curls, they love throwing the big weight when the lesser weight is so often the right call. This needs to move over, though.
Why are we just watching it?
Rolls out. That's a tough.
Why are we not curling? I misjudged it.
Made the angle maybe a little better, but
I curl.
red gets to throw in the meantime. It popped the other one out a little bit too, actually.
Did. Nathan comes down in the exact same path he just did.
Like, was that calling
Could
low?
eliminate all of that.
But why? Why? Yeah. Yeah, power and play. But, like... Yeah. We could have made the shot. Why have we not curled? It's in! Top 12! We're just fucked here. We're to it.
Supers
I know, but,
aren't quite
like,
touching this. They're just waiting. Sometimes you hit it with the curl early and it just goes. So you have to be so careful.
We're literally throwing this game away. We should be...
I would
It's so
say,
funny.
yeah, try to give it some finish there.
Now we're giving up the field.
Ended up okay. I was gonna say it's so funny.
Yeah, I think that's
Teaching the learn to curl, which is normally on Saturdays, but they're taking a week off this week for this championship to be held. But so funny teaching new curlers to sweep, and inevitably you get the question, so what does sweeping do? I mean, we tell them the primary goal is to keep the rock going further, and also to limit its curl. And inevitably they ask about, well, can you make it curl? And then you We never used to enter that conversation because it was just to keep the rock straight. But now you kind of introduce the idea that you can encourage the rock to curl a little more with a certain specific technique. But you're teaching new curlers the very basics, and it's like just get in front of the rock at first.
Yeah, and that's there's so many things now, and I actually I meant to look this up, but I at our roundtable after our game last week was saying that on the professional level they're getting away from allowing the curlers to encourage the curl. I don't know. I haven't
Yeah,
had a chance to confirm if that's an accurate.
there's a distinction. It's World Curling a few weeks ago came out with a new rule, and the member associations adopted it, or at least the Canadian Curling Canada adopted it along with all the member associations in Canada, which is you can still encourage the curl, but you can't do. There's a certain technique that includes like a very strong push at an angle, and no sweeping backwards, that is actually
Yes.
shown or believed to slow the rock down. So that motion of single push and no swipe back is prohibited now. The intent is you can encourage the curl, but you can't do this style that slows it down. It's not in the spirit of the game as we want to maintain it, is the thinking now.
Yeah, and it's on that level, you know, you certainly, again, there's such athletes. You see, when we had the Montana's Olympic qualifiers here, like the level of curling at that level is quite incredible. But it's what sparked the conversation as well, that at the rec level, boy, some of these rules, let's just go out and have some fun. So it's
Yep.
I can appreciate it, but yeah, harder to incorporate that at recreational levels. So,
Yeah, and
a
I
bit
don't
of
play
a bit
like
of a
with the
pile up here.
I was just gonna
Yes,
say
we
I
got
play at the rec, and we don't do the slow down, like we can't now obviously, but it's you have to be so good to do that. So
exactly, yes,
yeah, there's
yeah.
no point. We just go have fun,
If we can get
try
through
and
our
make the
games without
shots.
somebody falling, we consider that a win. So
There you go.
definitely some stuff to try and clean up here for Ethan, but we still got that trouble one back there.
You see the problem with those two yellows. There's just you're not able to use them. Trying to get this one to curl and pop things open a bit. They know they're going to make contact with that yellow, and there we go. I think the goal was accomplished there. You see the shot that Nathan still has. If you can just get to the nose or to the inside of that red in the top 8 and eliminate that yellow top 4-foot stone. Right now, Zach has an angle run on the left side of the angled version, obviously the right side where the curling store E is. That would be for 3.
Yep.
So you got to eliminate one of those counters and probably pop that raised stone in the way of that angle run for 2. Really good shot from Zach. He's left himself a shot, but obviously Nathan will try and take it away.
Yeah. As say, if Nathan can come down and take out that yellow at the top of the 4, and then even potentially roll to block off that raise.
You might squeak the guard here. That rock never quite left the line.
That line.
Whew. They got a 5. Watch the raised rock. Gonna spill a little too far. That was a tough shot to actually stick that around. So
Tough shot.
the angle's there for 2.
Hit as much as you can.
After all that.
What do you like?
Oh, you can hit it. You can also go over too.
What do you think?
Like 10-5? 11-5?
This is about a half rock
11-5.
Okay.
to do it. half to 3/4. 3/4 would
Yeah.
plant as well.
I think it's going to curl more than that.
I think you can play it tight, really tight.
Don't want to hit it too thin and
think that you
pop
get
it
to
through the
know if you can
hole.
play
You
it
got to
tight
make
on.
contact.
Okay. I like 11-5 here. Tyler's was
And
like
I'm
pretty
going to
soft,
guess
no?
this will be, I was
think
going
a
to say
little
decently tight ice. This looks
Okay.
like a lot of ice
What's
to me.
11-5?
11-5.
He played great.
We've seen these run so straight.
Let's go, lads. 11-5.
Could be being played with softer weight as well to control the sweep. You see teams doing that, throwing the
Yeah,
soft.
just going to bring that up. You know, so many players that want to throw that weight, but I would say that's a decent weight on it to hold that line.
And this is a softer weight. It's
Something real
curling,
tight.
but they don't mind it. They're at about half a rock. And very nice there, Zach
Beauty shot.
Atherton for his second deuce of the game. And we'll lead
Yeah.
4-2 here at the Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Curling Championships. Matt, we'll take a little break here, a few minutes, and we'll catch you guys back for end 5.
Absolutely. See you shortly. Thank you all.
The snaps in here, buddy.
Good luck.
Honestly, I think it might be a little slow because I thought they were. I don't know.
Where's he going? There's a bathroom over here.
Oh, I'm not.
We don't control him.
Time? I don't know. I think we're okay. How many?
15.
Oh, we're slow.
Yes. I've been talking about it. We dominated when we did that. No. He's got a traditional step.
Try to be a little quicker, not you.
Not you. Zach needs to be quicker. Yes, just a little less. So if we could have a 3-minute end, we're chilling.
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Oh, I've dropped so many F-bombs.
I forgot I was wearing it, so I have no clue what I was saying.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Forgot I had the mic on until just now. No clue what I said. A little nervous now.
It does appear we're getting set to come back here. So welcome back to this draw for the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championship. My name is Matt. We are watching Team Gray curling out of the Mayflower Curling Club with against Team ATHERTON out of the Halifax Curling Club right now. It's brought to you live from the Mayflower Curling Club from our title sponsor. Thank you to Wendy's. Again, my name is Matt. I am working this stream with Selena.
Hello.
And hello.
Line's good!
Back after the short
Back to
little
hair.
break. Everyone probably
Big
got their
balls, let's
protein
get.
bars into them, and
Neck
here
break.
we go.
Take a look.
Careful, look.
That's the best part about the under 20 curling is the coaches usually have the snacks. You don't have to do it
Nice
yourself.
shot. 14,
Again, watching some of it live yesterday at the break after 4. Yeah, every team broke out their little Tupperwares with their vegetables and all their high protein stuff. And it was like, boy, oh boy, that there's the difference.
We always used to have
Right
clementines
away
and
to
they
try
were
to get this
pre-peeled.
over.
Yes, again, this is another corner guard.
Get that over. That's how you get the heartbeat going up. Do they get that over?
No,
They do
2
not.
ends in a row. Very interesting what's
That
happening
must
here
be
on these
something
lead
with the
rocks.
ice. Yeah, because I'm surprised to definitely see that.
The other thing is after the mop at the break, we always talk about it's a little faster, so you never want to throw your first rock of the 5th end too fast. Obviously, Jed Freeman put it right on the top 4, no problem. But it has been those corner guards plaguing the leads here today.
Girl.
We mentioned too, we said the coaches, and you can actually see the coaches. I don't know if you knew this, Matt, but there's for the U18s and the U20s a rule change involving it's no longer timeouts. It's called coach interactions, and you can have those when you're playing, as you see. Zach and I think that's Tyler back there with Coach Kevin Patterson. When you're the non-delivering team, you can interact with your coach. The coach has to they stay seated, and you see James Grattan there on the left of the left side of the screen, coach for Team Gray today, and that looks like a tick violation. Put it back. So you can have those coach interactions while the other team is throwing. Even Nathan talking to James right now on the boards. You can't distract the other team and whatnot. But then you can also have 1 per half delivering coach interaction for the U20s. For the U18s, it's actually 2 per half. So there's a lot more interaction happening versus the old, you get 2 timeouts a game and you try to save them. You can't roll your interactions over, so you essentially get what would be the equivalent of 1 timeout per half. But you can have those interactions while the other team is throwing, which really helps just talk about what's happening or what you're thinking when your team's not throwing. Cool.
Fantastic. Couple big misses there by Gray in the early on for McCurdy there. Just had obviously one that didn't get across the hog, but then the tick there that took it out of play. So
yeah, we talked about the tick.
Bit of a hole early on.
Hadn't seen it, but there's one. 3 yellows in play, no reds. You see them there behind the back line, out of play. Drew Grattan, time to clean up. Hard to go over the top and try and clip the one in the rings, and almost did. But look at the corner guard now.
Great attempt.
Good results out of that. That was a heater too. That was coming quick down the ice. I don't know if I'd be able to sweep that rock.
He held that line. He fishtailed pretty good coming out of the hack there, but line was held and
Halfway. Jet draw. Halfway. Right here.
come right back to try to put this right dead center again.
That's fine. That's fine. Tube room. Here's fine. Yeah, we're right tube room.
The more curl, the harder these guards are, because how much it will curl depends on how far it's going to travel. And no mistake on that one. That's a great center guard.
I do find certainly at the there's a healthy amount of curl at times on this ice, but great to see that crowd in behind, Selena. Just great turnout for this event for the U20s.
Yeah, lots of fans in the stands. 3 games out there for the men's. They're in the second last game of the 5-game round robin. 6 teams total. And on the women's side, only 1 game in play this morning. They're making their way through a triple knockout. And I can give you a score update, actually. It's Team Regan and Team Blades over on sheet 2. Team Regan with 2 points. Team Blades, a big steal, 3 in the 4th, and they lead Team Regan 4-2. And that is for the second qualifier spot. So this would be to get the chance to have 2 lives in the qualifying games to go to the national championship.
You were full of it, but if that's another 6 feet, it's good.
Such an advantage. Bit of a not quite over far enough there for Ethan, so certainly a chance for Nathan. What rocks are we on here? Is this Drew or are we into Owens?
We are still on. We are on Owen.
It's a chance for Owen. He'll come across and sit a little buried in there. Just leaning. Back across, trying to get it to move across the face.
Oh, the smallest of rolls.
Job 1, get it out of there, as we said a few times.
Yeah, okay.
It's a pretty high guard, so if
It is, but this one looks
Allen.
like it might flip it.
I don't think that guard was in play for that shot for Allen. And now look at those where he bumped the guard over too. Another corner for Team Gray. All of a sudden, after 2 rocks out of play in the first few stones, nothing going on. Bit of a missed guard, and then a tick on that same guard. Owen's trying to sit too.
Yeah. It is a great opportunity.
Going hard for line here. Is the weight there? It's on the front. Can they kick it and roll in?
It's going to be on the front. Can they even get a biter there? Looks like they're
Still hard. You got it though.
They did.
almost into the top 8 there.
A little
But yeah,
lucky.
definitely.
Just lost.
Lucky to not leave an easy double here.
Kinda.
Short and steep,
Or you
but
make the handle under. I think it's like a pretty steep angle.
not unmakeable.
Seems like a lot of ice.
It is there.
Same thing happened to Chris's earlier. But yeah, take right with it.
Doesn't this roll off though? There's something like an inch
Well,
off
that's
the
a start
center.
for a
Like,
sit-down.
I'm not near it, so.
Pretty good outcome
No,
after what we did with Police Water.
Did you get the return?
So playing the counterclockwise turn at this. Has to hit it real thin. Luckily, I think there's not a hole in the middle. Shouldn't give the curse. I don't think he'll be missing one of
The
these
field
stones
goal,
here.
as I call it, yeah. No chance of a court miss, but yeah, they're going to be on it pretty quickly. Looks like it. Clears out the house. Good shot.
I hate them, but not national.
Chance for Nathan if he can get one buried into the in behind the cover there. He needs to try to find a way to grab his 2 back and keep this even heading into 6.
A little bit. As far as men go?
Again, sweeper's on it pretty heavy, pretty early.
That line is pretty good on this one. It's that's
Where'd they have it?
buried.
Well
Sunk.
done.
Alexander.
Right to top tee line, buried in behind. Exactly what he wanted.
Okay. Need quarter. 8 foot? Yep. I agree. I think we're slowing a little bit here. They just threw 15-5. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna try to throw what I threw from my guard earlier. You know what I mean?
Zach's last. The end was going their way.
Really
And
under
a
right
great
now.
double.
Back 8.
His first, and now
Back
having
8.
to draw a freeze to
Back
try and
8.
force. Super's
This,
four.
they're not really touching this
Back
one
4.
yet.
Back 4.
Nathan's
Back
curled
girl.
so much more than this, so I have to think it's heavy.
It's like T back 4.
Certainly, it
Hard Jed.
appears to be open enough.
Yeah, as we look, we're
Yeah.
right over the center line, so it's pretty close to what you can see from the hack. The hack's a little bit over to the left. If you're a curler, you know.
And that's why I added too much.
You're not shooting right from the center,
14-5.
which I never understand. I don't know why we don't have one hack, but anyway. Because it looks funny.
You know, I never actually thought of that, Selena. You know, you're absolutely but it's never been that way, has it?
There are
Great point.
some clubs with one hack, and man, is it strange to throw out of a single hack because you're not off the line, you're on the line, and it's weird, but traditional curling, 2 hacks.
So last rock for Nathan Gray here. We're gonna try and hold this line.
Hard
This is
for
trying
line.
to move.
Oh,
Hard.
they
You
have to
gotta
get
get
it by.
that in there.
And they have to hit the yellow
Oh,
first.
it's there, but they got to get it moving.
Oh, that's you thank your
Oh,
sweeper
wow.
for that one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All sweeper.
If they were old enough, that's who you buy a beer for, but get them a protein shake. So, great hold. So, whether that would have been Drew or who that might have been sweeping, but great job.
We'll just say thanks. Thanks to Drew and Owen. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was Drew or Owen. We'll find out, whoever's on the left side. But tie game, 4-4 after
Tie game
5
again,
ends.
yeah.
Who will
Tell you,
steal?
this has been quite the game. So,
We blank.
it
We have hammer in 7.
two's back and forth the whole way, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Yeah.
It was, yeah,
So
and
that
even
is really something.
the fourth end looked like it was maybe going to be tough for Atherton to get the deuce and an angle run for 2, and then didn't look like Team Gray was getting their deuce. If you'd asked me after the first couple shots, I'd say pretty unlikely, and there you see it.
And lose the game. There's no penalty.
Team Atherton, they'll take hammer in 6. They curl out of the Halifax Curling Club and coached by Kevin Patterson, as Kevin and James, the coaches, making their way down to the other end. They do the march down. Jed Freeman, Tyler McMullen, Alan Fawcett, and Zach Atherton. And Team Gray, coached by Pam Sullivan and James Grattan. At their home club, the Mayflower, Chris McCurdy, Drew Grattan, Owen Fisher, and Nathan Gray.
And as we're coming into N6, we will mention our main sponsor once again. Thank you to Wendy's, sponsor of this 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championship. My name is Matt. I'm here with Selena, and you're watching live from the Mayflower Curling Club. And we've got quite a great game here. Very even. Again, a couple mistakes, but nothing that has been too crucial to either team yet. So
interesting for Team Gray. Same strategy I tend to take is come in the rings. You know, Team Atherton tied the hammer in the 6th or even end, as we always refer to the 6 and 8 ends. You like to have hammer. Didn't put up the corner guard hit, and obviously that rock's not in the rings and can't be removed. And I think that's the only reason Zach hit it. Otherwise, we would have seen the corner, or maybe not, because the leads are missing the corner guards here today.
yeah, it's perhaps, and this one again, they're working hard to hold line here.
You don't want to see another no-tick violation.
This is very close.
They are by. But as a result, it's a little deep. Not too bad, though, but just past the T-line.
Nothing that perfect pin draw won't take care of.
Careful. Alan's rock.
Sure you got one of those in your back pocket, Selena, anytime you need it?
Should be new.
I literally did it on Wednesday night. It was great. I don't normally throw last. I skip and throw third. But our last rock thrower wasn't there, and pinned it on Monday in the first end. And I'll never do that again. Highlight of my curling career.
That was like a 14-7.
Ask and you shall
does it for
receive.
fun.
Very close. Yeah, nothing to it. Nothing to this game. So
15-5.
The only issue I see, obviously, we talked about Team Atherton playing that hit on the first shot, is Team Gray is happy to play around the center because they know that they're probably in it for a good chance at a force here, because there's no corner guards, just the center guard, and it's their color. Or sorry, it's Atherton's color. What am I talking about?
Wow, we have room. I'm thinking 15-5. They threw. That was a 15-6 rock the whole way there.
you say it's going to be that first team, I think, that can get that steal in there. Especially now, you know, Nathan would love to get that steal here to potentially get that hammer coming back home.
Yep.
Such a huge advantage. Nice placement for that one.
On the top is okay.
Yeah, it didn't have to be perfectly frozen, but I would like it to leave a bit open so you see good 2/3 of the rock from the hack.
Back 4. Back T. Clean. Close out.
Atherton committed to coming around that center now. Trying to keep this one straight.
Going hard for line again. Yeah, I don't know that this one is.
Oh, no problem. You hold it straight long enough.
That's a lot tighter. A little fur out, but
15.
Nice little tap 15. Up there, beauty.
Yeah, I see. I mean, if you could see the whole yellow, there's a double. You'd probably lose the back red, and Nathan's not too upset about that. If it means both yellows go, but I think they're just playing a little soft weight in there. Don't have to remove the yellows, but try and get the shooter in a good position on top of that yellow rock there.
Yeah, any tap there just left to center, I would say, yeah, you're going to be able to at least move them.
Calling for the curl.
Trying to work it over.
Yes! Curl! Curl!
Well, when they're both working at it, they should like it. Bring it over.
So got some separation, but didn't leave the shooter out front. And now Team Atherton maybe playing around that center is paying off with a miss out of Team Gray.
Yeah, opportunity to put this top 4. No time to think. And the hack and Stone going down the ice already, so.
Straight. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Hard.
Cross can get that little bit of a roll in there, a little bit of one.
They wanted to tuck
Come on.
just a piece of that yellow.
Yeah.
It's not easy for Team Gray here because there are 3 yellows in scoring position. Only sitting 2, but they got to get a rock in there. It's a tight guard to get around.
He's mad he's called line on the bad, like both of his bad.
About time you can throw one of those Nicholas Sedin spinners in there.
I haven't tried those yet. I mean, I've tried throwing them, but never in a game.
It's amazing how it went from a fancy trick shot to now I've seen, especially say teams, the Korean teams, I've seen them actually call it a few times now. So on the world stage, so
it's a real shot that turns out you can make. A lot of people are trying draws with it. I'm seeing Dean's was an interesting because it was a little
the outside takeout and certainly. Only Nathan trying to figure out the best. I think you've got to. The double's tough because you can take out your own at the back of the 4 pretty easily as well. So
I'd be tempted on the other side of the sheet to tip the redstone up just with back 4 weight.
Yes, yeah.
They're not
get
looking
that up
at that
into that pocket.
They're looking at removing the yellow stones instead.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if they could raise that one on the 8 into the 4, that would.
So for Owen here, first of Mates Rocks. This is a blast call. Trying to nose this. Or maybe get a little on the inside. Don't know if Owen can see the inside of that rock. We can, but he's just, we talked about he's in the other hack, the left hack. He's looking at a slightly different angle. You hear the early sweep and Drew Gratton maybe a little tentative because I think we've pulled a couple rocks out. And, wow. Oh
my.
I don't know that was there as good as they thought that was. Lost their red at the back. Actually, it probably overcurled.
Yeah, you could see the sweepers. They weren't exactly on it.
I thought they had
not
to get
be worried
around.
about the guard, but
no, we're all above the T line.
So Team Atherton sitting 2, although they are at the back of the 4-foot. And there's 2 red rocks out front. One's mostly buried, but the one I referred to as raising earlier is wide open now. And a nose hit on that from Team Gray would be a pretty good result. Or a tap. For Team Atherton, I think they feel like they're in it. We're probably not looking at a blank, so they really would like their 2. How do you preserve that? I think that guard's hurting them now. And they're talking about the same. This is a raise. I don't think just a peel. I think they're trying to make contact with the red stone in the top 8 over Zach's right shoulder. And try and have 3 yellows in there. One of them would be in the top 8.
Perhaps a play on to Nathan's rock in the 8-foot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just be careful with the sweep. Sometimes
Really
see them
trying to
holding a little
hold,
too much. Holding.
trying to curl it over now.
And that was the risk. And it was an oversweep. Stayed 2 straight. They had to hit that pretty thick. And now, what a change of
Now,
events. Team Gray,
how,
shot stone. No guard though.
how 2 shots dramatically changed the perception of everything. So now Nathan with the chance, it looks like, to raise and potentially sit 4.
It would be to sit 4. The alternative is the guard. This is a big play for the force though.
Stones left, and certainly we're seeing how 1 stone can change the complexity of an end very quickly. But this
Gotta
looks
come up though. No mistake. No mistake on the. Just got enough to not tick the red stone in the 4-foot. And you're right, Matt.
Team
Team
Gray
Gray
sitting
is
4 at the
4.
moment, but no guards, relatively open.
Yeah, now it's hey, we got a score here. Probably not getting 2 for Team Atherton. Mindset.
Enough. This will be Alan Fawcett's last, or some.
Wow, we could see a blank here yet. I didn't think we would. But 4 stones leave the rings on that shot. Team Gray no longer sitting 4, they're sitting 1. And that's their only stone in the rings.
I like the placement here, Selena, too, even though you saw all that happen. Nathan with a chance now to split that house and make things a little more difficult for ATHERTON, certainly to get that 2. The blank is going to be unlikely. It needs to move. But, of course, not a problem.
So Zach will try and make the roll in front of the red stone in the back 8. Try and get a miss out of Nathan. There's no ice given here. It's center of the rock, trying to get it to curl across the face. These teams not really overthrowing these. I think they're finding when they're throwing the blast weight, like the peels, it's really not curling, and they need to throw the softer weight, like a 10, 10.5 hog to hog split, what we call a control weight. And there you see they were able to curl that and almost made the perfect roll in front of the redstone.
Nose didn't get to play slash.
Yeah, but certainly still, yeah, they've got that the nose for two to try and force, I would say.
Got to play that slash, and that's tough to. It's easy to roll out. Tough to stick.
Again, just 3-4 rocks ago, this is not the end you were kind of expecting.
No corner guards in play.
No, and you've mentioned that a couple times. We really haven't seen much of the corner guards at all throughout much of this game.
Usually because they don't make it over the hog line. This one's got to stay high side. Nathan's last. I was just surprised
There.
Zach in this end, like we're talking about not calling the corner guards. You tend to want to try and get your two here. You know, not often you do that without having something over on the side to use later. Sometimes it sits there until Skip Stone's like.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a pretty tried measure of what you want to do if your aim is the two, right? But yeah, we've definitely seen 2 or 3 hog line rocks now, so maybe they were scared to go out there. This looks like just a nose hit to take the one.
And it looks pretty good. Should come up. That's a nice soft hit weight for Zach.
Just laying it down. Bit of an inside roll. No mistakes there. So Team ATHERTON forced to the single, the first straight line number we've seen.
Yeah, it'll be a 5-4 lead for ATHERTON. We do have a final in the Lockhart-Lay game. Lockhart taking that one after 6 ends, 8-3. Davies and Strang, they're in a tight 1-point battle with a couple of blanks in the middle. Team Davies leading Team Strang 2-1. Strang has hammer playing the 6th. And on the women's side, it was Sophie Blades leading Rebecca Regan 4-2 after 4. Regan coming back in the 5th with a single. They'll still trail though. Blades leading 4-3 in that second qualifier game to go to the qualification games. It's complicated when I say it that way, isn't it?
Doing some of the scorekeeping yesterday, yeah, was definitely some internal calculus. It felt like trying to follow some of the positioning, but again, the talent out there in the
final. They're going to the final, final 1 and final 2. So Team Cassidy Blades took the first qualifier, so they'll be in final 1. And Sophie Blades playing Team Regan. Regan, of course, was in the first qualifying game against Cassidy Blades. So Regan and Sophie Blades playing for that second qualifier spot in the first final. Did it. Didn't screw it up.
Good job. So, end number 7 now. Team ATHERTON with the 1-point lead. Yeah, trying to get that over to the center line. No mistake there.
And that is in an effort to force. Because we know Team Gray probably doesn't want to score only a single here. So if they had put a stone, if ATHERTON had put a stone in the rings, Team Gray, they were going to hit it. The guard's important there.
Top 12.
They're on this hard for line right now, it would appear. But no problems. Into the top 12 behind cover.
Just in the top 12, but still good.
Just like my Sunday night team can do. So.
Yes, we regularly come around tight guards, perfectly buried in the top
Yo,
12 too.
absolutely. Team Etherton, they're on this.
But do you come around stones in the top 12 to the top 4? Because that's the call here.
Gonna bring this in. So, not quite deep enough and a chance to hit and roll.
This is the funny thing, hey? You really don't want to score in 7 when you have last rock. But sometimes you do. If you
Unless you
given
can get
a
a few. Yeah, you're
chance.
absolutely right.
Curling this is Owen.
Gotta bring this over. This is sticking out there.
Watch the shooter. Just probably, I don't know if Chris was a little heavy on that or a little wide, but in either case, needed to curl because the heavier shots will run so straight.
Yeah. I would say maybe a little wide as catches any more of the rock. It's probably enough of it for him to stick around and just hung it outside a little bit there. So opportunity for Ethan here if they can get a second chance to come around. I doubt these teams, you don't want to give them a second chance at a lot of these. That does look a little heavy.
Nathan going to try and get it back, create some room. Room on the 4-foot. And now the peel.
So now it turns into, yeah, trying to keep it as clean as possible.
That's a nice clean house right now for Team Gray. They don't have an easy shot for 2 if things look as they do now at the end of the end, but try and make a connection probably with a couple stones at some point if a guard comes deep or is at an angle. Eventually, if this holds and Team Atherton throws a guard and Gray peels, we would see Atherton draw around that top 12 stone to sit 2 in the 4-foot for the force. That one's coming a little deep.
A little tight to the rings, yeah.
So Drew Gratton, he'll try and remove both the yellow and his own red team stone because they are liking their chances at a blank right now.
Hurry!
Well done.
And that's a very empty sheet, just the one yellow. I think Zach's drawing there. I think you still got a guard.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
not. Yeah, you probably
early.
Probably at least one more guard at this point in time.
I say it's early. We're on mate rocks. It's halfway through the end. But I just, if there's any angle here, you're going to see Team Gray going for the double. So I always like to think of it as delay their chances to throw the double. And I'm sure this team has talked about it. This would be their style. I might not agree with it, but That's okay. This weight looks pretty nice. Didn't quite get it far enough.
That's
They're probably also weighing the straightness of the ice here with upweight for a double. Nathan's taking narrow ice inside the nose of the rock, but he's got to hit about this much of the rock. They want Owen's rock to make contact right where the broom is.
trying to move it over, but looks like it's going to hang out there.
That'll be a
No
no
real
hit.
definitely a straight run there.
Keeping this to curl. They'd
Wide
like to
move
get to
it
the
over.
nose.
That is hanging out there.
Soft weight.
But it is
Came
come back.
back.
Yeah. Gets the job done, but enough to get the heart rate up on that one for sure. It does appear a little too steep for the double here, so.
This is very thin ice. Obviously, based on the previous shot, can they get it thin enough?
And they might.
Oh,
No, it touched it.
just too thick.
Great
They
attempt by
swept
Faye Fisher there.
to keep that one straight, and they had a lot of wiggle room. Well, I say a lot. They're hitting like a quarter of the rock, but they hit a thick quarter and not a regular quarter there. And so now, obviously, no guard, just a draw from Zach. Late enough in the end that I think if Zach drew, Nathan's going around. Or sorry, if they guard. I don't know what I'm saying right now, Matt.
That's okay.
You knew what I meant. I'm
It's
sure.
definitely time. Yeah, it's now playing for, making that making the end a lot more difficult for Nathan. I want to get this over. Working hard to move it.
3 sweepers on that.
And they, what have we said about those biters?
So Nathan will have probably just the one chance here at the double to get his blank set up. I don't think Zach will throw that light a second time if this misses. And they look so simple. You're like, well, you just, you hit and roll out. We miss these shots all the time and we don't jam them, but you're throwing it to hit a very specific angle to only touch the back rock by a bit. And sometimes you just jam it. So
Boy,
we'll
Nathan
see.
doesn't take a lot of time in that hack.
There
He knows the shot he wants to do, and look at that.
Well,
you go.
they made it when it really counted here. It skips first, so Zach will draw.
Give me fall as back out.
Hope Nathan misses the blank attempt.
Oh, I saw you get off of it for a little bit, so I figured that was what that was.
And I'd like to put this right in the center of the rings.
Yep, final skip stone for Zach Etherton here. They're not really touching it. No great need, nothing like a pin.
Yeah,
Pins up,
when
tee
you really
line
need
draw.
that shot.
Yeah, nice to be able to pull that out of your back pocket. Great shot by Zach. So now Nathan, of course, just peel out of there to take the blank and have the hammer in the 8th end coming home. No wasted time for him in the hack. That's one thing I've noticed. He just gets in and goes.
I think that's probably a result of throwing third. You're used to throwing quickly, giving your skip a little bit extra time, and this looks good to me. Right out.
Nathan gets
Blank
the blank
end.
and holds the hammer coming home. So we are in for a nice run to the finish here. So
Team Gray, they'll have hammer down 1, Atherton. They got to get some rocks in play here. Try and steal or get a force.
So do we finally start to see the corner guards? We haven't seen them yet. You probably think they're not going to change too much in strategy wise, but
I think we'll see a corner guard.
again, would make sense. But
I would love to see a corner guard.
so as we head into the 8th end, I guess we should do this one more time. You are, of course, we are watching the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championship. My name is Matt, and I'm on here with Selena. We are watching Team Etherton out of the Halifax Curling Club against Team Gray out of the Mayflower Curling Club. And it's brought to you live from the Mayflower Curling Club, brought to you by Wendy's. And Team Etherton, as we head into 8, has a 1-point lead. And Team Gray is, in fact, holding the hammer as we're coming home.
Do you have thoughts, Matt? Would you go for, if you're Team Atherton, would you, are you trying to force and have an extra or trying to steal?
For me, I always, I'd be thinking the steal at this point in time. You do have the advantage. That's perhaps why I don't play on this level. But that's always my thought, is a bit of an offense first. And you have plenty of chances for that to change. But if you can get one in there and make it difficult, that's always going to be the advantage. So right off, right back to the center line.
They could have put that in the rings too.
Yeah.
Nathan's not going to hit it. Nathan wants to. Stats say you don't have a great chance at winning if you're tied without in the extra. So teams with hammer will go pretty hard for their 2 here.
The elusive corner guard. Are we going to see it? We are.
This is probably the best corner guard all game.
Yes, I believe it is.
Just past halfway, covering the edge of the 8-foot, not quite into the 12-foot. Very makeable to come around. Love that call.
Yes, you've been calling it all game, and there it is. So they're working hard on line on this one.
There was not a ton of ice. I know we haven't seen a ton of movement here, but if it's light, oof, got by.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
There's that nice top 12 come around once again.
Yeah. How many times? I think we've seen that almost every end here. That's just fantastic.
Well, the leads don't want to be heavy on those. It's kind of a sinking feeling when you're a lead and you throw your top 8, top 4-foot rock to the back button.
Absolutely. So certainly Gray going to try to bring this around their corner guard. Let that finish in there. Maybe a little heavy, but just beyond the tee line. Well covered. But Easton can certainly come down on top of that.
And this is where it gets interesting because Zach can't call appeal. And that back 8, back 12 stone, that's the second point. So you have to negate it. He'd love to be drawing around the center guard again.
Absolutely. Now this one
hanging wide. Are they going
seems
to
to
tip
be
their own?
hanging.
And because it's heavy, they just actually tried to sweep it straight to tick the front actually and slow down, and it sits for shot, but it's open. And we're seeing Nathan originally indicate the peel here. Team saying, well, I can see the yellow rock. You're going to have to deal with that guard eventually. I like the idea of having two. Like, I think you're going to have to see Atherton peel the guard, and Zach talking to his coach, Kevin, back there. You see, they're strategizing. They're talking about, if they play this, what are we going to do?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Communication is so important on teams like this. And yeah, so get that out of there.
They don't want to group these. They would love to roll away, and it hits the nose. Now, there's probably a double. They were planning for what to do if Team Gray rolled, but Zach looking and saying, oh, gee, I mean, there's a double here on these. You lose your shooter, though, and haven't dealt with the guard, but, I mean, there's your red sitting 2 right now. Atherton doesn't have a great force stone. It's just in the top 12.
I agree with you guys
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and he is forced to get rid of these. So as I say, it's.
I think we're 1-2.
Trying to move it over. Misses that back one. So now, definitely the ability to hit and roll well under cover.
Even overroll is good here. That redstone in the back 8, that's shot over the top 12-foot yellow. So there's separation available here. Drew Grattan can get to the inside.
I'd love to see some numbers, but I know, Drew's been pretty solid on these all this game.
Waiting to get the curl.
Across.
Ah, man.
Just not enough cross.
The really unfortunate part of that is You see Zach first indicating the double, but I actually think,
Yeah.
given the situation, they might want to go for the little flop under.
Yeah.
Get shot
it's gonna
stone. The guard's still out front.
force that hand that. Again, we haven't seen a lot of movement on this line, so if it's a little out, maybe they
Oh,
double
they
here.
played the double. No problem. Trouble is, this is why I like the flop, nothing really changed. Team Gray still has the entire 8-foot to score.
Yeah.
Assuming they'll make a play on this yellow stone.
Yeah, again, they can come across and still sit under cover and still be shot.
This is a soft weight here from Owen Fisher. Really getting movement to the side here. Drew Gratton sweeping to keep that straight. Once it's by, it should be pretty good.
Yeah. No. Nice little tap out. Again, sitting that shot rock. About
So now
2/3 under cover, I would say.
Yep, probably half from the hack. You're not going to get any flop to the wings, and Team Atherton doesn't want that, but it's at the tee line, so a roll will be behind the tee, but it will be in the 4-foot and would achieve their goal of trying to make the scoring area smaller if it's buried. If this isn't buried, Team Gray could play a hit and flop, a come around. They have the whole 8-foot here. Now look at this though. They underswept that. Didn't get the roll.
Yeah.
Team Gray could still roll away. The call is to roll under though. And then I think we'd have to see Team Atherton pivot and play a freeze because this will be behind the tee line. This could go either way.
Certainly could. Yeah, I definitely agree that, now you got to get one in there, hopefully well under cover. So last third stone here. Not touching it yet. Oh no, they're holding it now.
They don't want to roll out. Actually overcalled that sweep. They thought that was taking off and straightened right up. You see Owen on the left of the screen. Just it's frustrating. You think you're calling the line right. I was doing that last night. Obviously, I wasn't playing in the provincial championships. I was playing in a spiel in Windsor. It's a cash spiel, so I'm playing for money.
Hey, you know that.
I'll take it if we can get it. Yeah, we're just, the ice was curling so much. And every once in a while, you just overcall the sweep because you think it's going to take off.
Yeah, it's definitely a fine line. I noticed that myself a lot of times, and this is my first year myself personally skipping, and so to see, to try to get familiarity with calling them on and off at times, you feel good when it works.
You're a hero when you make the line call, and you feel like a fool when you miss the line call.
That's absolutely right. So we've got first skip stone here in 8 for Team ATHERTON.
And I think Zach can get under. This is the elusive roll that neither team has made here.
They're looking for it. It seems wide. They're definitely not touching it.
It's moving now. They'll try and help it along.
But again, I don't think, there's no roll out.
Just knows. All right.
So one shot for Nathan here.
Zach didn't overthrow that either. I think they liked it. You know, we say we liked it out of your hand, or the skip will, you know, they throw, or the thrower will throw, and you know, based on the line, they hit the broom, they threw the right weight, and it just doesn't quite get that last little bit, whether it's tad heavy or the broom was in the wrong spot. Both teams have had a chance, or a chance and a half, really, at this, and
Yeah.
Atherton, that was their second go. This is the second go for Team Gray. And if Nathan can get this buried or partially under and get a miss out of Zach, he'll have a draw for the win. Probably need the
Yeah.
miss.
This is what you play for. So first rock for Nathan.
And they don't want to overshoot.
Just cleaning out of the hand.
Getting the curl a little earlier.
Over.
To be careful. Careful they don't over curl this. Looks close.
Over. Bring it over. Bring it over.
Man, that's pretty good. They curled that almost the entire way. Drew was on the curl.
Yep.
And got it about half buried. That's hard to get
just
fully
a touch on it. If they want to try and take this out, it's going to be really tough to hold a shooter. Again, so hard to tell from our viewpoint here, but they're quick to make the call, I would say. So
2 more swipes. Yeah.
And this is big. Zach Atherton can't hit the yellow guard. His last rock, Team Gray with 1 to come. Atherton, maybe he'll get an extra end out of this if he makes his shot, trying to preserve their 3-0 record.
I'm going to hold the line here. Looks good. Yeah.
And so no choice. Team Gray, they'll have to make the draw. Need a good chunk of the 8-foot, half or more. And that would put it to an extra end. Bonus time.
2 great teams just going, you know, back and forth here. Obviously, it's certainly just at this point in time, I guess anything top 8 will do. Nathan Gray's final rock is away. They are on it pretty quickly.
Trying to hold the line. Sweepers don't mind the weight, but didn't want it to over curl. Now they're waiting for it to stop.
That needs to hold on in a hurry.
Oof.
And
extra.
As it should be. Absolutely. Extra ends, Team Etherton will have the advantage of last rock in the last end. But why not go extras?
And Matt, I mentioned I'm playing keep talking about my spiel. My game is starting soon, so I'm going to have to leave you to man this yourself. I think you're fully capable, though.
I will do my best. I thank you very much for doing this with me. And,
oh, no problem.
And, I will see you through.
We thank the the event. You know how to do all that stuff. You're doing amazing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hope to get a chance to do it again sometime. So
sounds good. And if not, well, we will. But I'll see you at the club as well. So good luck to the teams as they make their way through. And I'm signing off for now. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. See you, Selena. Yeah, as we get set to head into this final end, extra end now. So we've got Team Etherton with the last rock. And we've mentioned a couple times we haven't seen much of the corner guard, so the strategy here for both teams, keep the rocks in play. I'm sure Etherton is going to try to keep it as clean as possible. And once again, we are watching the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championship. My name is Matt, and this is the extra ends for Team ATHERTON playing out of the Halifax Curling Club against Team Gray playing out of the Mayflower Curling Club. Team Zach ATHERTON versus Nathan Gray and his team. And it has been quite a fantastic game here. Very even back and forth. Some great curling shots. Wonderful facility that we have at play here at the Mayflower. Of course, just opened its doors in September of 2025. So as we get set, the skips are getting ready to go here. Nice to see the camaraderie between the skips there. They obviously they know each other, I'm sure, quite well. And lead Christopher McCurdy dropping one just off center. It's not a center line, but just right out in front of the 12 foot. So. First rock for Jed Freeman, it looks like here, and try to bring this in. Perhaps not moving quite as much as they were hoping for. Definitely right down to the pin. Certainly you're going to be looking, Nathan Gray is going to be looking to get something in there and keep things as busy as possible. He is going to need the force. Try to get that center line guard. Team ATHERTON coming down. Boys are on it right away. Perhaps a little light. Plenty of action out front there. Does appear that that Nathan Gray hoping that that Drew Gratton here can get something in and around. Definitely sweepers on it for. Wait, that's got to go. It's got to go. Near to the top 12, definitely in a good place.
Hold it straight.
End number 9 here. We've got the extra end on the go. Say Zach Etherton just trying to keep things clean as possible, give Nathan Gray as few options as possible. Opens up the front a little bit. Nathan's still looking for that draw inside. Again, Nathan does not have the hammer here, so he's going to be looking for the steal. Team Etherton at this point in time sitting the one. Drew Gratton's second stone. Not really touching this, looking for this to go. Top of the 4. Zach appears to be looking at the run back. Not hard to hold line there. Oh, just miss the gray rock at the top of the 4. So Nathan now looking, does have that opening to remove that rock at the center. As we have Owen Fisher's first rock as he settles in. Trying to move this over a little bit. Oh, gotta hold that line now. Rock's really starting to move now. Just a nice tap back all the way to the back 12. Nathan Gray sitting to fairly open, but with a little bit of backing at the back there. As we move over towards Team Utah's third, Alan Fawcett for the first of his 2 stones. So clearing out the front, certainly opening everything up.
I think so.
So here in this extra end, we're looking at Team Gray. Fisher here with his second rock. They need to steal in order to make this work for them. Sitting 2.
It's good. 30. Tight. Real tight.
Just cleaning it right now.
It's grinding
Seems
here
to
now.
be hanging out there, looking for this rock to finish. A right over, just in front. Great placement.
Huh? Good spot.
As now we move into Alan Fawcett's last rock for the third stones. Trying to hold it there. Trying to get that out to the side. Do they get that out? Just a biter on the out, but
Guard, yeah.
as we come down to the skip rocks here,
Stagger.
and this extra end at the 2026 Wendy's Provincial Under 20 Championship, being played here at the Mayflower Curling Club.
Are we just doing guard?
This game has had just about a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But a very even affair back and forth, so rightfully so. We are into an extra end as we prepare for Nathan Gray's first rock. Sweeper's just looking to keep it clean and steady right now. Trying to get it to finish off. Just set this in close to top 12.
Stay. Good job. Kind of pushed at the end.
Zach Atherton now.
Not that much. I'd like middle there.
Give him a chance to
We get one more interaction though.
chat with his coach.
If we need it, I guess. Probably just have to make a good guard, I think. Hey, good guard. Playing the teal. On the peel. And he has to make a runner without sticking it.
Once again, it is the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championships. Extra ends here. And we are down to skip rocks. First rock for Zach Atherton, holding hammer. Trying hard to hold this online. As we come down, Nathan Gray's final shot in extra end here, and number 9. He is sitting 1, looking to protect it.
Good.
Sweeper's ready to clean. Working hard to move this over.
Get on!
Need this over.
Wow, really good. Crap, man, we'll have time for that to happen.
And it comes down to Zach Atherton's final shot. The final extra end number 9. Both these teams have just had a wonderful game here today.
We can hope. We can hope.
Back and forth pretty much the entire way. narrowest of openings, it appears, from my vantage point on this rock. So here we go, final skip stone away. Trying to move this over. And they will. Team Etherton. An extra end win takes it over Team Gray. Fantastic game. Once again, you've been watching the 2026 Wendy's Under 20 Provincial Championship. This has been Team Zach Etherton, victorious over Team Gray. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to have the chance to do this again with whoever might have been listening sometime again soon. From the Mayflower Curling Club, signing off. Thank you very much.
Jesus.
have to worry about going to the physical feed.
Okay, this whole side?